Hello and welcome to another episode of the Halloween podcast. I am your host, Lyle Perez.
And I'm Megan Cunningham.
Megan, guess what it is today?
It is Summerween.
Yes.
Happy Summerween, everyone.
Happy Summerween, everyone. Well, it's actually the day before or a couple of days before, but it's Summerween to us right now.
Yes, we're celebrating Summerween today.
Yes. And Summerween, I'd never heard of that until probably a few years ago when it started really getting really big. And
yes,
you brought it to my attention and I was like, yeah, I've heard of Summerween, but I don't really get it yet. And then all of a sudden when you started when you started telling me that, I think you started telling me that sometime last year.
Yes, yeah.
And
I was like, we should really do a Summerween episode.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know what that is. And then all of a sudden when you said that, I started seeing it everywhere. Everywhere. And I was like, I never noticed it until you said something. And then there we go.
That's either that phenomenon where like you see it everywhere because it's in your head,
yes,
or Google is actually listening.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the latter. So, well, yeah.
So Summerween actually came to us from a show called Gravity Falls. It's a cartoon that was made, animated series. It's a mystery comedy is sort of how it's billed.
Yeah.
And it was created by Alex Hirsch for Disney back in 2012.
Yeah.
So this episode that brought us Summerween comes from its first season. But just to give everyone a little bit of background in case people have not heard of or seen the show. The basic premise is that there's a set of 12-year-old twins, a boy and a girl, named Dipper and Mabel Pines, and they're sent to live with their great uncle, who they call their grunkle, Stan,
Grunkle.
in the sort of very eccentric paranormal town of Gravity Falls, Oregon. So Grunkle Stan basically runs like a cheesy tourist trap called the Mystery Shack, and the twins pretty much realize right away that the town is legitimately rife with supernatural creatures and sort of paranormal activity. So they then spend the rest of the series interacting within that framework. So Summerween is season 1, episode 12 of Gravity Falls. And that was the first ever mention of Summerween, the first ever sort of description of how they celebrate it. And the idea is basically that because the town is the way that it is, they love Halloween so much, they celebrate it twice a year.
Yeah.
So once on October 31st and once on June 22nd.
Yeah.
Which is the official Summerween date that this is released on.
Do you have any, the show ran from 2012 all the way to 2016, I think?
Yeah.
So it only had 2 seasons. Which it boggles the mind that this show didn't go on much longer, because it is actually a very fun, good show. Like, it entertained me.
It's one of those things. It's for kids. Like, it's, by the way, for kids, but it's not. It's very much like, almost like The Simpsons in a way.
Yeah.
Where the comedy that's in it is very clever, slightly wrong. It would kind of go over kids' heads, but adults would tune into it. It's probably not appropriate for really little kids. But it was a great show. So it is kind of crazy that it only had 2 seasons, especially given the content. Like, how many people out there are interested in sort of paranormal things?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Did you watch it when it was coming out?
I did not. So my first encounter with it was, obviously I saw all the Summerween things.
Yeah.
And was like, oh, this is different and interesting. Like, where did it come from? Because as a historian, that's kind of always my go-to is, oh, what's the history of this?
Yeah.
And I heard about Gravity Falls and then watched the episode and, sort of became acquainted with the show from there.
Well,
so it's great fun. It's great fun. You gotta say, whoever the writers were props to them.
Oh yeah, they did a great job, because I remember watching this because I had kids back then. I mean, I was an early starter. I had my first kid. I think I was 22 when we had Callie, so that was back in 2007. So that was 7 years. About 6 years later, Callie was already starting to watch cartoons. She loved the Disney Channel, the show. She would watch it all the time. And I remember catching it every now and then and thinking like, yeah, this is fun. Like, this is a fun show. And then it kind of went away because Callie got older. And then my son, and then that's when you started to get into the kids no longer watched TV anymore. They started watching streamers, YouTubers, all of that stuff started getting big. So my next kid, Callan, he was, YouTube this, YouTube that. Well, towards the tail end of Callie, I remember she started watching like Stampy Cat and who else? Amy Lee, whoever those people were. I just remember
I don't know
those
any
names.
of these yet.
I just remember those names because she would watch Minecraft videos all the time, and I guess they were big into Minecraft videos when that was around. So towards the tail end of Callie growing, it was that. But at the beginning, it was stuff like Gravity Falls, Hannah Montana. All of that stuff was all watched at my house. But yeah, and then the show just kind of went away for a while because Callie grew up. And then I didn't really think anything of it again until you brought it back up recently.
There you go.
And you made me...
I can't believe you didn't pick up on that, given your love of Halloween and everything.
No, but...
You could have invented Summerween as easily as they did.
The thing is, like, when I was growing up, Disney was not something in my house. I didn't watch Disney at all. Yeah. I still have never seen Cinderella or Snow White or any of those fairy tale movies. I have zero interest in watching any of those movies. But I wasn't a
You're missing out on a few really good ones. Well, we're going to make you watch them at some point because they're Halloween related or adjacent or whatever.
The only Disney movie I remember watching a lot as a kid was Beauty and the Beast. And that was it. Everything else, I mean, I don't know. So I was more
that was
Nickelodeon
like smack dab in the middle of our childhood.
Yes.
I did both. We did both in our house. We had Nickelodeon. We also were super into the Disney Channel.
Yeah.
So this show is kind of more like, it's not like your typical Disney show.
No, it's not.
Let's just put that out
not
there.
At all.
It is not. Like, I watched it and I was like, seriously, this is Disney? Because what it reminded me of, for a number of reasons, the type of comedy, it's not quite so adult as Family Guy.
Yeah.
But the way that it's set up is very similar in the sense that, like, Seth MacFarlane was the creator of Family Guy and he voiced a bunch of characters. So Alex Hirsch is the creator of Gravity Falls and he voices a bunch of characters.
Yeah.
And, like, the characters kind of get on together in a similarly kind of daffy way. And it's just another, like, animated series. There's lots of them. But yeah, so that's sort of what I think of when I think of it. It sort of falls into that kind of side of things, The Simpsons, Family Guy, American Dad, rather than thinking, oh, this is Disney.
Yeah. It is very
it doesn't
clever.
feel like a Disney cartoon.
It doesn't. It's clever. It's good writing. It's fun. That's like the best word I can use to describe is that it's fun. The themes that happen. It's adventurous. It's an adventure. Like if you were a kid, this is the type of adventures you want to go to. Like this episode, like honestly, you have to trick or treat to save your life.
Yes.
Like, that is like beautiful in a way.
And I love the premise of the villain. We won't spoil it just yet, but I love the premise of the villain in this particular episode. And they invented a holiday.
Yeah.
They literally, it took off. It invented a holiday. So all these posts that you're seeing of all these cool Summerween things all boil back to this one episode of this show. Yeah.
Well, speaking of the show, who's on the show? We got some notable names.
For this particular episode, we have Jason Ritter as Dipper Pines. I wasn't kind of sure who he was, and then it clicked. He is in, if anyone watches Matlock with Kathy Bates, he plays one of the lawyers opposite Kathy Bates.
Okay.
And then Christian Shaw plays Mabel Pines. She is just a prolific comedic actress and voice actress. Again, if we're in the Disneyverse, she plays Trixie the dinosaur in the Toy Story franchise as well. Linda Cardinalini as Wendy Corduroy. Jeff Bennett as the Summerween Trickster, which is our amazing villain that we're about to meet. And then again, similar to Seth MacFarlane with Family Guy, Alex Hirsch is the show's creator, but he also voices Old Man McGucket, Cackling Skulls, a Bat Biker, a TV announcer. Like, he does that with every episode. He does basically all the extra voices. TJ Miller is Robbie, Carl Ferrulo is Grenda, and Nikki Yang is Candy Chew. Which is funny once you actually watch the episode. Yeah. You see her thing. But yeah.
One thing I want to mention is Jason Ritter is the son of the wonderful John Ritter, which I didn't know that until I just looked it up. But yeah, he is the son of John Ritter. We all know him from Three's Company.
I did not know that.
Well, when I heard the name, I was like, oh, I wonder if he's related to John Ritter. And yeah, sure enough, it is his son. And
oh my goodness,
it's full circle in Hollywood.
Today I learned. So there you go.
Yes,
but
perfect.
Yeah, so that's all we have to say about the history of the show, and that the history of the show is pretty much the summation of the history of the holiday. It is a very new holiday.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get into it.
So what we're gonna do now, we'll get into a play-by-play of the episode in case you guys want to see it. Of course, it was season 1, episode 2, and this show
episode
is 12. Excuse me, and it's streaming on Disney Plus, and I think I actually saw it on YouTube. So if you just go to YouTube, punch it in, it's
on YouTube. Yeah, the full episode's on YouTube, but it's also on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Yes, it's all over the place, and. Just to kind of give you guys a quick rating on this thing, IMDb has this episode at an 8.9 out of 10. So it is almost perfect with 179,000 ratings. Like, that's crazy that this episode is that high and it has that many reviews. It literally has, I don't think it'll tell me exactly how many tens it has. But yeah, it is a lot. There's nothing.
Well, literally launched a holiday, so you have to imagine maybe not everybody who celebrates Summerween, rather, because I didn't realize the very first year I saw it that it had this background, but probably everyone eventually comes around to that realization, and then this becomes like their version of, the Great Pumpkin or something that you have to watch on Halloween. This is the thing you have to watch on Summerween, you know?
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's crazy. All right, so let's get into this episode. Let's see. Just to give you a quick synopsis, it's Summerween, and Dipper and Mabel are visited by a monster called the Summerween Trickster, who informs them they must collect 500 pieces of candy or be eaten. That is the premise of this episode.
What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada? Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/listen and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/listen.
All right, so let's get into this beat by beat of this Summerween episode. So the episode opens with Stan suddenly pulling the family into the Summerween Superstore, and of course, she crashes right into the handicap sign. Well, close enough. Dipper and Mabel are confused because
right over the curb.
Yes, because it's the middle of summer. But Stan explains that the people of Gravity Falls love Halloween so much they celebrate it twice a year, once in the fall, once in the summer. And he pulls up.
And he randomly whips a calendar out of his pocket.
Yeah.
He's like, I just had this on me. And he's showing him it's June 22nd is Summerween.
Yes.
That's the official date of Summerween.
Yes. And what's his name? Dipper. Dipper says, hey, do you carry that in your pocket all the time? Stan's like, yeah. like it's nothing to them. So they go.
No problem.
They pull into the Summerween Superstore, which that superstore is fantastic. It is like
It's basically Spirit Halloween, but for Summerween.
Yes.
It even has like a giant bat blow up on the roof and everything like that. It's amazing.
Yeah. Inside the store, there's costumes, there's decorations, candy, there's creepy props everywhere. And Seuss, which is one of the other characters, he becomes fascinated with like this cackling skull decoration that's a candy bowl. Have you seen those? Like, those are awesome.
Yes. And this is the thing, like within the store and within the whole plot line, like some of the things could just be Halloween decorations. Like there's nothing particularly summery about those skull bowls.
Yeah.
Like they would be right at home for Halloween. But then a lot of the store is full of jack-o'-melons, which are jack-o'-lanterns made from watermelons.
I think that's the best decoration for the thing that's called Summerween. That is
absolutely
the best decoration. It's a watermelon that has been carved like a jack-o'-lantern, pretty much.
And they officially coin it jack-o'-melons within this episode, which is great.
That name kind of like goes off the tongue, just like jack-o'-lantern does. It works perfect. I mean, what else could they do? Jacko-watermelon? Jacko-cantaloupe? I don't know.
It's just perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
So, so he's fascinated with those. Stan starts loading up with all of this Halloween merchandise. He's got these the buckets or the 55-gallon drums of this blood, which he's carrying it on his back, and it's so weird. And
just casually,
he's ready to frighten some trick-or-treaters because that is what he does. He likes to frighten the trick-or-treaters, and all of the kids are having fun. They're messing around, and they decide to head on out because the store clerk says to them that she's got to call the cops to get the Pine family out of here. And
should also point out, like during all of these scenes where Seuss and Grunkle Stan are together, that's all Alex Hirsch. Like he does those two characters. He does a bunch of other characters.
Yeah.
So he's literally standing in a studio and talking to himself in different voices.
Yeah.
Which is gotta be bizarre.
It's crazy. So they decide to run out the store, and Stan says to the clerk, "Not today." He releases like this gas bomb, and then they run out. And what's her name? Mabel
steal all the stuff that
Mabel
had.
Mabel questions if they paid, and Stan says, "Yeah." And then we get a shot back to the clerk, and she's opening up a $50 Stan buck.
Yes,
crazy.
Which is and she hates Summerween.
She hates Summerween, and then he backs up to a light pole and kind of like destroys the jack-o'-melon that they had as a decoration in the parking lot. So we go up.
Yes, and knocks over everything.
So we go to scene.
But the car remains undented.
Yeah, which is cartoon magic. Cartoon magic. So we get back to the Mystery Shack. Mabel is excited about trick-or-treating and talks about getting candy and having stomach aches from eating too much candy. Seuss tells the twins that the legend of the Summerween trickster, he tells them the legend of it. It's a monster that haunts children who don't have enough Summerween spirit. And I don't think many kids would have a lack of Summerween spirit if they knew they could celebrate Halloween twice in 1 year.
Yeah, I don't think there would be a problem with that. Even within the episode, a lot of the characters are like, whatever, free candy.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is a sentiment most kids could get on board with. I love this. There's a jack-o'-melon here at the front with the knife still sticking out of the eye socket.
That is a good visual.
Grim.
That's a huge like dagger that they're using.
It is, yeah. It's not just like a kitchen knife.
Yeah.
It's a proper medieval dagger sticking out of its eye socket.
Right. So Seuss is telling them about the Summerween trickster, and Dipper, he doesn't take the story very seriously. He's getting older. He doesn't believe in these types of things anymore. And instead of complaining about Stan's cheap candy, he starts complaining about the cheap candy that Stan has around, and he starts throwing it out.
Mr. Adequate Bars.
Mr. Adequate Bars. Yeah, but some of the candy in there, I mean, I think it's pretty cool. I don't think it's
wax lips were iconic.
Yes. I think
they
great.
really were. And Seuss is just eating one entirely.
Just eating away.
Just put the whole wax lips in his mouth. No.
And Stan's just throwing it out, and then there's a knock at the door, and Stan goes to see what it is, and it's Wendy. Wendy stops by with her boyfriend, And Wendy is the crush of Mr. Dipper there. So
Yes, she's significantly older, so it's never going to happen, but he just loves her.
yeah. And while they're talking, she casually mentions that they're going to a party and jokes that trick-or-treating is for babies. Dipper immediately becomes self-conscious and wanting to impress Wendy, he begins questioning whether he's too old for Summerween or and starts making plans to attend the party instead. So he's going to go to that party instead of going trick-or-treating with his sister. And off they go.
I suppose like they're 12-year-old twins. It's that classic conundrum of how old is too old for trick-or-treat.
Yeah.
And at what age do kids start going, oh, I want to do something else instead because trick-or-treating is for babies.
Yeah.
And then you get the opposite. You also get adults who are like, I still want to be trick-or-treating.
Yeah, I
get both perspectives.
Which is kind of weird. My son told me earlier this year that he didn't want to dress up this year for Halloween, and he's 12. He's exactly 12. Well, he's going to be 13. No, he won't be 13. His birthday's in December. So he's 12, and he doesn't want to dress up anymore. But the thing is, when we go to a con, he wants to dress up.
I thought you were going to say, but his dad does.
Oh, no, I haven't dressed up for Halloween in who knows how long. It's been a while.
Did you guys do family costumes? You did for a while?
Yeah, we kind of did. My wife isn't really too much into Halloween, but we tried. But yeah, I don't know. That's Halloween
Good
stuff.
effort.
Yeah. So yeah, he begins to question if he wants to trick or treat, and off we go. So he starts to pretend like he's sick because he doesn't want to go trick or treating with Mabel and Mabel's friends Candy and Grenda. Which there was a funny scene when Grenda shows up. Stan's like, "What's wrong with your voice, little girl?" She's like, "I don't know."
Yes.
She has like
why
this really
would you
deep
say
voice.
that?
Yeah.
It's basically that's the whole like comedy thing. She's this cute little girl, kind of pudgy little girl, but she's got this big, deep, gruff man voice, and she is actually voiced by a guy.
Yeah.
Carl Ferrulo is her voice.
Yeah. So Dipper's coughing.
And here we see Nikki Yang as the voice of Candy Chew, who is literally dressed as a Candy Chew.
It's a chewed up candy. So Dipper's
like a taffy.
He's milking it. He's really trying to show that he's sick, but in reality, he just doesn't want to go trick or treating because he wants to go to that party. And that party starts at 9, and we get several shots of the flyer that says it starts at 9. So she's disappointed because Summerween is one of their favorite traditions. But she accepts his excuse that he's sick, and they go and they head out without him. But before all of that, I mean, they're just talking around and getting excited. Dipper comes down in his Dipper costume, and the girl's like, "Oh, that's a really good Dipper costume."
Right.
just like him.
Except Mabel. Mabel's calling him out.
Yeah, Mabel's dressed up
like,
as like jam or something. She's like jelly.
Yeah, strawberry jam.
Yeah, which is fun. So a knock comes at the door.
They always do partner costumes because they're twins. So presumably he's a matching costume to hers at this point.
Yes, of course, like all twins really do. So there's a knock at the door, and Dipper refuses to answer, assuming it's another trick-or-treater, but Mabel eventually opens... Wait, is that right? No. Dipper opens it.
Nope. Dipper opens it.
Dipper opens
it. He doesn't want to, though. He's kind of like, nah.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I don't want to mess around with these trick-or-treaters, yada, yada. And standing outside is the Summerween trickster himself. The creature is pretty terrifying. It just looks like a really long, skinny, it looks almost like a spider.
Almost
skinny
spidery.
Arms. Very spidery.
Yeah, very spidery.
Mabel opens the door.
Mabel's basically apologizing for the dumb brother.
For the dumb brother. And she's like, yeah, yada, yada. And then the Dipper's like already pretty mad. So the Dipper announces that his friends must collect 500 pieces of candy before the last jack-o-melon burns out. If they fail, he promises to return and eat them like he eats this little pirate kid that is here. I don't know who that is. I'm assuming it's like a... maybe they did like a
character of some kind.
They did a run on like South Park with Kenny. Like this guy just always dies everywhere.
Oh, is that? I don't know. I never noticed.
Because that's kind of what it sounds like when they're like, "Oh no, he ate him." Like it just seems.
Did you notice his pail? His pail was like one of those little pumpkin pails, but it was a jack-o'-melon.
Yeah, it's pretty spidery. But the next scene, Mabel immediately takes charge and assembles a candy collecting team consisting of herself, Dipper, Candy, Grenda, and Seuss. All of them are going to go out and they're going to collect these 500 pieces of candy, which is such a really cool thing when you think about it. Like, this is like an adventure, but with trick-or-treating.
Yes.
It is like you have to trick-or-treat or die, which is...
It's a perfect childhood plot. It's great.
It should be the name of my next story, Trick-or-Treat or Die.
Trick or treat or die. I love it.
I don't know. I'll have to come up with some type of a concept for it. But so yeah, they're off. They're going to go do all of the stuff that they need to. They're on their candy mission. And Dipper, he reluctantly joins the mission because he's wanting to just go to the party. He doesn't want to trick or treat. He doesn't want to do any of that. He just wants to impress young Wendy there. But the group, they head into town determined to meet the trickster's impossible challenge of finding that 500 pieces. And there's a lot of like nonsensical
Before
stuff.
the last jack-o'-melon is blown out.
But there's a lot of nonsensical stuff that happens in the show that you really need to watch it, guys. If you want something fun to watch, just find this episode and find it. You will not be disappointed at all. No,
not at all.
No. So next scene, the group goes and they begin going door to door, but Dipper refuses to wear any costumes. At several houses, homeowners either give them very few candy or they question why he isn't even really dressed up. And it's because it becomes clear that it's his attitude that's hurting the group's chances of getting that candy. And that's kind of true. Like, if you go out there, have a good attitude. Like, be excited. You're trick-or-treating. It's Halloween. Get out there. Be fun. Don't be a gloomy
Absolutely.
goop. You can't be gloomy when you're doing that. But I thought it was fun too when they came up with that, and he all of a sudden turns into his costume, and then they do a little dance in front of a trick-or-treat
like,
of a house.
Twins!
Yeah. And then like this tear comes on the homeowner. A nice tear comes out, and he just like gives them a whole big old bucket full of candy.
Basically dumps the bucket in their bags. He's like, oh.
And then the grandpa.
The twin cuteness.
Stan, like back at the Mystery Shack, Stan has transformed the property into like this Halloween haunted attraction. And he attempts to scare trick-or-treaters because he like his face melts.
That's his
one
favorite
point.
thing about Summerween.
Yeah. And it like he's doing all of this elaborate stuff to try to frighten these kids. But then these kids, there's two of them that are like desensitized to all of this stuff, and they even make a joke about it. Like, we've been watching Halloween movies or scary movies since we were like babies. This doesn't scare me, which is very true for the young generation now. They are so desensitized to a lot of this stuff. Actually, I think we were too, because we had like Jason, Friday the 13th.
Sort of, but we weren't watching it. Well, I wasn't watching it when I was like little. I remember when I was little, my sister and I were totally freaked out, didn't sleep for nights watching Mr. Boogedy on the Disney Channel.
Yeah. But unfortunately for Stan, the kids of Gravity Falls are completely unimpressed with the guts flowing out of his stomach and his face melting. They are not amused at all. And every attempt that he does to scare them just falls on dead ears, and he just leaves frustrated. He's like, yeah.
It's killing him.
Yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. But next scene, realizing that Dipper is holding everyone back. Oh, before I get to that, like this scene right here with the Viking and the kids. They go into the house like, yes.
So good.
Like, if you quickly watch, like right after Stan does all of his tricks, that next scene of just like the town and the kids walking around, that is like, to me, that is 100% Halloween right there. Is people in costumes running around the town, and everybody is safe. Like that's the thing.
Yes.
You have to be safe, because if you're not safe, then it turns into a tragedy, and then people start hating Halloween because something bad happened.
Halloween, yeah.
So,
and they start making urban legends and things to make people freaked out.
Right.
But yeah.
So keep it safe. But realizing that he's the one that's holding everybody back.
Cat lady dressed like a ball of yarn.
Yes, the lady that answers the door, that answers the trick-or-treaters, has a bunch of cats everywhere, and she's dressed up as a ball of yarn. What is great. I didn't notice that until you just pointed that out. Like, I just thought she was just some nice old lady. And then
she's the crazy cat lady.
And then right here, she's pointing to each one of the kids, and she's telling like wrong costumes of what they are.
Yeah, it's like, hilarious. What am I? Wrong answers only.
Yes. But yeah, so Dipper's like, yeah, I don't want to be doing this. Yada yada. He's
being rude. Like, really. He's just like, can we hurry this along, lady? Let's get going. Yeah. We don't have all night.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be thrilled if someone did that at my door either.
No. Yeah, and if you're going to be out there trick-or-treating, at least put on a costume. So Dipper finally...
Yeah, I mean, it's different, like, if you're a little kid and you have sensory things or whatever, that's fair.
Right.
But, like, if you're old enough to be sorting yourself out...
Yeah.
Sort something out, even if it's just a t-shirt. Yeah. Like, Summerween t-shirt, you know?
But Dipper's the one holding up everybody, and then the trickster shows up and reminds them, like, hey, you guys better get on it, because you guys only got 4 pieces out of that, because Dipper wasn't wearing his costume. They only got 4 pieces of candy, and they ain't going to get 500 in one night if they're only getting 4 pieces per house. So that's when Dipper decides to put on his costume. They do their little dance, and almost immediately the group starts receiving more candy. More importantly, Dipper begins to enjoy himself, which is what needs to happen. Because Halloween's supposed to be fun, even if you are growing up. It's still, it can still be fun. As they continue,
and the truth is, he wanted to do this deep down. It was just that he was torn between that and his crush. But deep down, this was his preference.
Yes, women are evil. So, we're back at the shack, and he stands trying to scare these kids again. And then this is where we get the scene where the pig comes out of his stomach. And again, these kids are just not impressed. And then they show him like that meme that video that went around forever in the late 2000s or early 2010s, where it would just be a random scene of something that's supposed to just grab your attention. You're supposed to be looking for something, and then all of a sudden something crazy screams at you, and it gives you like the fright of your life. That's what they show him.
I used to get sent those regularly. And I used to send those regularly.
Yeah. And that's like, they're showing him like, this is what we're used to. And it like frightens him, and he runs back into the shack. And the kids are all laughing at him like, oh. But yeah, I remember once that got me. And after that, I never, ever trusted any video anybody ever sent me. Like, if it was one of those...
That you ruined your trust for messages.
Like, if it was one of those, hey, check out this ghost in the background, and you're sitting there watching it going, okay, where's the ghost? Where's the ghost? And all of a sudden, that thing jumps out.
They're designed to get you as close as possible to the screen.
Yeah. So I stopped doing that all entirely. If somebody sends me a video, I'm not watching the video the first way through. I'll hit play, let it play by itself, and then if I don't hear anything, then I'll watch it. But... yeah, you ain't gonna get.
Or you can really have some fun and just pass it off to your kids and be like, "What's this?"
Yes. All right.
Watch them scream.
Next scene, realizing that. Oh wait, no, that's it. Yeah. So I think you're up, Megan.
He's having a little existential crisis.
Yes.
So the next scene opens with the twins and their friends are out absolutely making a killing trick-or-treating, because now they're in their cute peanut butter and jelly matching costumes. But while they're out trick-or-treating, Wendy drives by in her van, and she's on her way to the party, and she sees Dipper standing there. And he's, of course, in his peanut butter costume. So he quickly stashes it in the bush and takes this massive wheelbarrow of candy and sort of hides it in the bushes also, and pretending to be all cool. Oh, yeah, just heading over to the party. But, of course, his sister comes out, and Mabel catches him without his costume on, and the candy's missing.
Yeah.
So she gets really, really angry. She realizes that he's lied about being sick. He lied about wanting to go trick-or-treating, and that he planned to like skip out of all the Summerween trick-or-treating to go to this party instead. So she's really, really upset with him.
Yeah.
And like nobody else seems to really care or interact. It just seems to be sort of a twin thing, the like moment of betrayal.
Yeah. And one thing that we should mention is that he hides the wheelbarrow full of candy in the bushes.
In the bushes,
and the like apparently there's a hill behind them bushes.
Yeah, he did not know there was a hill behind the bushes.
No.
So Mabel is obviously hurt. She confronts him. This is the next scene. Reminds him that they're growing up and that, this might be their last trick or treat together.
Yeah.
They won't always get to celebrate the holidays together. And it's one of the kind of most heart-tugging emotional scenes in the film.
Yeah.
Or in the episode. And she just points out that childhood doesn't last forever. And I think that's one of the greatest things about trick or treat and about Halloween is that it's just this sort of trick or treating aspect of it is this fleeting moment in your life.
Right.
And at some point you change from the trick or treater to the person handing out the candy.
Right.
And it sort of happens almost without you noticing it sometimes.
Instantly.
And as a parent, too, I'm just thinking, I only have so many years with my little kids trick or treat before they're like, Mom, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Or Mom, I don't want you to come with me.
Yeah, but that's when you have another one.
Go away.
That's when you just have another one.
Right?
Yeah.
Just keep having
Just
kids.
keep having them.
Keep trick or treating with them. Sounds like a plan.
Yes.
So anyway, the group doesn't seem fazed by their disagreement, but they do have a disagreement. And they realize then that the whole wheelbarrow of all the candy that they have collected has gone off the edge of a cliff into a river. It's gone.
Yeah.
Like, it's totally gone. They have to completely recollect all the candy.
Yeah.
And so they run around, they get everything.
But there's an issue because the jack-o'-melons start to go out. But it's all
gone.
The jack-o'-melons
the jack-o'-melons start to go out. And I think they just need a few more pieces of candy. Like, they're down to the last little wire.
Yeah.
And the neighbor, crazy neighbor man, wants to blow out his jack-o'-melon, which is the last jack-o'-melon in town.
Yes.
And they're all, no!
Yes.
And they run after him to try and stop him.
That girl, almost tackles him. And this
yes, yeah.
This gave me the biggest laugh when, I don't remember his name, Mr. whatever it was.
Old Man McGucket is his name.
He gets knocked over by the girl, whatever her name is, and he starts hopping around all of the junk cars, and he's like a monkey.
Yes.
When I saw that, I was sitting in here in the studio, and I was just dying of laughter when that happened.
Actually laughing out loud.
Yeah, I was
literally
dying. I don't know why I found that so funny.
Just because it is.
Yes.
So Grenda has saved the jack-o'-melon.
Yes, they have it.
They have the jack-o'-melon.
Yeah.
But it accidentally gets blown out. Like, they make a big sigh.
Yeah.
We have it.
Yeah.
And she accidentally blows it out. So basically they accidentally blow out this last jack-o'-melon with their big sigh. They're all happy they've saved it, and they go, and as they do, they accidentally blow it out. And the Summerween trickster returns exactly as promised and just chases them all through the town with that perfect cartoon villain laughter, straight out of Scooby-Doo. And it just turns into basically a monster cartoon from here. He sort of becomes more and more spider-like. And Dipper and the kids are throwing candy at him, and he just absorbs it into his skin and gets bigger and more monstrous. He starts sprouting other arms. Again, he's always been very spider-like, but now he almost becomes he's an actual
way more a spider.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. So they're just laughing maniacally as he's chasing them through the town. They eventually end up back at the Summerween Superstore. Where they're trying to run away from him. Yeah. And they think, it's Jurassic Park, basically. It's very Jurassic Park. You see the scene with the two kids hiding in the cubby and everything else. And he's chasing them around the store. It's sort of like the Velociraptor chases the kids around the kitchen in Jurassic Park. That's one thing about this episode I really like, is if you're watching it, it references a lot of 90s horror films. And a lot of 90s thriller films that kids today may or may not have a reference for, but people our age watching it will absolutely pick up on them. So that's really, really fun. It's got these little Easter eggs in it for other films. So he corners them in the building and leaves them nowhere to run. And of course, Seuss can't help himself. He has to press these skulls that make noise, and it alerts the trickster to their whereabouts. Yes. Yeah. To put them in, because he's so disappointed that was they don't work on the first go. Probably because the shopkeeper got pissed off and took all the batteries out of them. And by now he's this huge
Yeah.
one-eyed spider monster who eats Seuss. So Seuss has been gobbled up, and the kids have all these like axes and weapons that they found in the Halloween superstore that they're chopping the monster up with. No, but he keeps regenerating. Like, he keeps getting bigger and bigger and more monstrous. It doesn't matter how much they hack him up. He just is what he is. But that's when we learn sort of what the Summerween trickster is all about. So he is created entirely from all those unwanted, less than desirable candies that all the kids throw out.
Loser
so, like, every
candy.
piece of black licorice, stale chocolate, the Mr. Adequate bars, like everything that people throw out instead of eating. That never happens in our house, by the way. You just work your way down from the best to like what's left in the barrel at the end.
Right.
But it always gets eaten. But yeah, so he's candy corn, he's circus peanuts, all of those things. And he has returned to seek revenge on all the children and people who have thrown away and rejected these candies, because he's sort of got this emotional wound about being rejected his entire life. So he's got the kids now, and he's going to gobble them up. And just as he does, Seuss pops out of his stomach, and he's eating him. He's basically eating all these horrible candies, because we have to remember Seuss is the one who bought this bowl of horrible candy that he thought was great. So he loves it. He's sitting there absolutely delighted, eating all the horrible candies. And the monster's like, wait a minute. You like me? All I've wanted my whole life was just to be loved. So there's this bizarre moment where the monster is kind of redeemed, and he cries candy corns.
Which I like candy corn. I mean, whatever.
I love candy corn.
I love candy corn too.
The problem is, it's a real love or hate, but at least we're both team candy corn. So Seuss eats the entire trickster, and he's defeated. And Dipper apologizes to Mabel. And admits that he was trying too hard to grow up, and he should have been valuing their childhood, and spending Summerween with his sister mattered more than Wendy's party. So it's really touching, and it's just all nicely wrapped up in a bow. And then we're back here at the cottage where their grunkle lives. And the two kids who he couldn't scare earlier turn up with their giant sacks of candy, and they've basically broken in. And Grunkle is running around in a towel, presumably. He's just got out of the shower because he's got a shower cap and a towel. And he drops the towel, and the two kids see him in nothing but his underwear. And that's loving crap out of them. And they run out of the house, leaving behind these two giant bags of Summerween candy.
Yeah.
And he's delighted with himself. He's like, yes, I'm back as the best scarer in the world. Just
finally scared him.
Yes. And all the kids have arrived back from trick-or-treating, and Wendy's sitting at the table carving a pumpkin. Or, sorry, a jack-o'-melon, not a pumpkin. With a saw. Like, who does that?
Yeah, I don't know.
But so she's got like a
she said the party was terrible.
Yeah, it was lame anyway.
Yeah.
And they were glad he's kind of glad he didn't go. And they said, but it's a shame we didn't get a single piece of candy, which is what their whole point of going out was for. And their grunkle's like, hey, I have these 2 bags that he got from the 2 trick-or-treaters he scared when they saw his towel drop with all his chest hair and stuff. So they're now sitting around watching a Summerween film, eating all this candy that these 2 kids left behind, and talking.
Don't even
about
open the
their
wrappers.
evenings.
They just grab them and shove them in their mouths.
But it's the best line ever, I think, coming up. The Grunkle's talking about the true meaning of Summerween and how it's all about spending time together and the scares and all those things. And then the very last line of the episode is Seuss basically saying, by the way, I ate a whole man tonight. That's it. That's the end of the episode. And everyone just looks at him slightly horrified.
Oh, wow. That was one fun episode.
Yes, it was. It's great. It has to become the Summerween staple. It's where the holiday came from. And it's something that not maybe the whole family, because I don't know if it's totally appropriate for younger viewers. Like my son would probably be afraid of it. He's 2. And I would imagine the trickster might be a bit much
that
for
candy
him.
monster.
Yeah.
I mean,
the candy
especially
monster,
when he takes off that little fun mask that he was wearing of the smiling jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, it's a creepy. The typical smiley face, which, by the way, was invented in Worcester, Massachusetts.
Was it?
Another New England thing for you. To go with my New England Summerween theme behind me.
Yeah. Well, I think we have some. I got a couple of goofs. I got a couple of goofs from this episode that are on IMDb. We can share those. Reel? It says that the Summerween trickster warning is to find 500 pieces of candy before the last jack-o'-melon goes out. Yet when the mystery shack is seen after all the jack-o'-melons go out, when the kids lose all of the candy, Stan's jack-o'-melon is still lit.
Oh, so I guess see that. That's okay.
Yeah, but I mean that doesn't help the story at all. It doesn't help the story.
We're not going to hold them to it.
No. Next goof, when Seuss hits the Summerween trickster with his truck, Grom cannot be seen near the end as Seuss is eating the trickster. Grommy comes out, or Gormy comes out, which is true. Because at the very end, I did see him come out, but when he hit him with the car, he didn't go out. Like he was, I don't know, turned into a million pieces. Huh. Stan debuts his Dracula costume, complete with fangs, only to be seen putting the fangs in a few seconds later. So the first scene you see of him, he's got his fangs, and then the next scene he's putting them on. So I guess
yes,
that's a good. I mean, like honestly, who sits there and really analyzes these things that much?
People who write these,
I guess so.
The people who write, who have watched it 1,000 times.
Yeah. Last one, when Dipper answers the door for Wendy and gets startled, he drops and spills the candy bowl, but it's unharmed a moment later.
Right. I didn't notice that.
And a factual error, which is the last thing on here. When the kids go out trick-or-treating, it appears to be just after sunset. Dipper checks his watch and it says 6. However, in Eastern Oregon, where the show is set, in June, the sun sets at 9:30 p.m. Wow,
that is really nitpicking.
Yes, it is. It's a cartoon, guys. It's a cartoon. Jeez. But I don't know. What are your final thoughts, Megan, on this Summerween episode of Gravity Falls?
It's fun. Like it launched a holiday that I feel like has taken on a life of its own. So very little about how Summerween is celebrated now resembles the episode, apart from the jack-o'-melons. Mm-hmm. Like the jack-o'-melons are absolutely a feature. But I feel like people lean harder into the summer aspect than they do in this. Like in the show, it literally is just a recreation of Halloween in the summertime. And the only indication that it is summer is the jack-o'-melons. Everything else is just a carbon copy of Halloween. But I just love it. I think it's great. It's fun. It gives us something spooky to enjoy, preferably with friends or family or whatever, in the summertime on June 22nd. So there we go. Yeah. That's all.
Well, this episode originally, the episode originally aired on October 5th, 2012. So it, it was around Halloween. It wasn't like a summer episode where they put it out on Halloween. It was close enough to Halloween to where it can definitely be considered a Halloween episode and not a Summerween episode. But I thought it was great. It is a good Halloween episode. And you don't really get those much anymore now, where there's actually something going on. Like it's not just we're watching an episode of I don't know, Who's the Boss or something, where it's just an episode of Who's the Boss, but there's just Halloween decorations there. Like, no, this actually has a Halloween storyline.
Plot, yes. It's central to the plot.
Yeah, I mean, you can't have this any other time other than Halloween. Of course, Summerween, but it's basically just Halloween.
But it is Halloween in the summer. Yeah.
And that's it. But yeah, no, I thought it was great. I think if our listeners have not watched this episode, you guys really need to go and check it out. Can't say it enough. If I had to rate it, I'd probably give it a good 9 out of 10 easily.
Yeah. Oh, easily for sure. Yeah. And like I said, it's one of those things where the kids will get different things out of it than the parents, and there are all kinds of cool things for our generation of parents that remember
Right.
things from
Yeah.
the 80s and 90s hidden
Yeah.
throughout it as well.
Perfect. All right. Well, I guess that's going to do it for our episode. We're going to go ahead and close it out, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good night.
See you later, everyone.